What up everybody, it's Total War's Master here doing another Napoleon Total War guide video. This one's going to be a replay where I'm playing as Great Britain against another player as Prussia. And I'm going to be primarily talking about use of cavalry in this video. Achieving local superiority with flanking fire, as well as using light infantry effectively. We have this as a 1v1, rules 4 lights, I believe, 0 artillery. And so I have 3 units of cavalry, 2 of the King's German Legion Dragoons, and 1 regular Dragoons. All 3 are heavy cavalry. And I'm going up against Hussar, Brandenburg Uhlans, Lancers, some Jaegers, Silesian Schlutzen, as we're kind of Geberg und Scharnhorst, Landwehr, 8th Life, Foot Guards, and then Musketeers. So I'm advancing rather aggressively, but so is my opponent. We are actually equal on cavalry numbers, which is a critique I had for the player. Prussia has fairly good cavalry. They should be bringing at least 4 for 1v1. Britain has rather bad cavalry as a whole. So right now what I'm looking at is I know I can achieve light superiority in the center. My lights would be able to beat his Jaegers. I have a large advantage in line because he has more elites. He has money in Jaegers. He has a more expensive general. So now I'm moving my men to spread out. I want to be able to wrap my flanks around his units as they advance. And right now I can see my opponent preparing what looks like a massed cavalry over here. My cavalry is rather spread out. I have 2 units here, 1 over here. I'm keeping these in reserve to hold my flank. I want to use these to react to his cavalry. I see him moving his Jaegers over to his main body. I am actually moving my men over here to a disjointed flank threaten with 3 line. I believe I have foot, Coldstream Guards, foot. So it's a rather good threat. I have a cavalry there to threaten his lights. He has to support his lights with infantry. Otherwise, my cavalry can just charge them and charge them down. He has staked right here. I'm moving up my line again, and now you can see he's charging. He is opening fire with his rifles. My men stop. They loose a volley into the Brandenburg Uhlans, doing good damage. I form square. I charge in my heavy cavalry to try and counter, which combined with the massive casualties from the initial line volley, as well as my supporting cavalry, it's going to be enough to break them. I move up my lights to engage his lights. He threatens to move up his line. So I have won the initial engagement. I have superior numbers in terms of cavalry. I have a good control over the field. I have his flank threatened. I have more men over here, which will let me be able to move these men in and position strongly. My lights so far are doing great work. No casualties for this unit. No casualties for this unit. Moderate casualties. And now he's charging my lights, so I'm pulling them back. I'm reforming my lines. I'm going to try and use my line to fully stop this cavalry charge. Kind of unlucky that his men are able to make it and get engaged with my lights, but then they break and they're done. I have a total command of cavalry now. My dragoons can get engaged with his. Never mind, I thought it was his hussars. I thought they were his lancers. And now he's doing a general advance. I'm going to pull my light infantry back. He really should be in a thinner line right now with his infantry. It's very consolidated, which isn't giving him the field control he needs. I'm going to move up my line for a flanking position. I'm moving my men on the flank to gain a better flanking position. And I'm trying to achieve local superiority with this. If I can get this unit and these 2 units focusing on 1 unit, that 1 unit's going to melt, especially since Great Britain has such good line. I'm going to charge in my dragoons against his lancers, hoping he's not paying attention, as I am firing down his militia with ease. His lancers do charge. And that's going to be large damage for my men. But surprisingly, they do not rout, and they are able to engage in a good fight with these lancers. And it's close. As my men continue to push his flank over here, I have thinner lines that are able to put down more firepower. I engage my dragoons against this square. I have my line moved up firing on him. I force his squares, and now I'm going to charge this Silesian shoots him. But these squares are going to force him to have less firepower to be able to draw upon my men, allowing me to get more casualties on him while taking less casualties.
Sir, our general is under attack.
My men are quickly disintegrating his men over here due to my local superiority. I have light fire and these line firing down on him. I'm moving my King's German Legion dragoons to the flank. I reform my men here to try and get these men fired. I need my Coldstream Guards. They're my best line infantry unit. I need them to be able to fire on the opponent. His Landwehr did come back. I have broken his 8th Life Regiment. Because I had such effective flanking fire, he could only bring a fraction of his men to fire on the entire line that was firing on him. My King's German Dragoons are going to get into his Jaegers, which is going to prove fatal for them. Cavalry is very effective against rifles. Rifles are very poor in melee. My men managed to rout this musketeer. I continue to move up my foot, achieving the local superiority, using my cavalry to also help achieve that. And now I'm going to charge his foot guards, and he doesn't form square in time, which does massive damage, and I can just continue that charge. And even though his rifles are firing now, he is losing so much on the flank that their firepower isn't enough to achieve anything remotely close to what he needs to turn this around. You could probably move this Landwehr, but that militia is going to do very little. I move up my lights and fire. Fire comes in. Massive casualties. This square is going to take large casualties. And I try and charge his general. His men are out on the flank, and I can continue with my flanking motion. As you can see, I have a large flanking motion over here. While I'm also slowly enveloping, and there goes the general. That's going to ruin his morale. I mean, these men are already shaken from losing the general, along with the high casualties they've taken. And with my foot and this foot, it's going to be brutal for these men. They try and hold back, but they just can't. They can't put up the firepower that's necessary. And now he does a complete withdrawal from the center of the field, which really is just trying to preserve the inevitable. I have a full regiment of Coldstream Guards here, which probably will get shot at by this Musketeer regiment, but that's just so much firepower coming in.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
And then we're going to probably get that chain route right here. So he's in Schlutzen runs. Now the Musketeers are going to break. He is, yep, he has some Jaegers that did come back. But the chain routes just going to break them too. Everyone else is running. They're going to run. And that's really it for this video, guys. Achieving local superiority is key to victory. Achieving local superiority using your cavalry is a great use of them. Forcing those squares, running down that light infantry. You have to know what your faction is good at. Great Britain is really good at shooting with their line, and they have decent lights that are respectable. So I use them to the best they can do. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Like and subscribe. Comment anything that you have to add. And Total Wars Master, out.